Welcome back to the RoadRunners Coaches Corner, Episode 6. I'm your host, Chris Engesser, and this week we're going to take a look back at the last 4 games. There was a sweep over Kenai, and then a split with the Bulls in Texas. We're also going to get you teed up for this weekend's games, including the annual Teddy Bear Toss coming up Saturday. We're also going to be joined by head coach Josh Kamrass, as well as Will Schlagenhauf, who will be our special guest. So if you missed it, here's what happened in the last couple of weeks. The Runners hosted the Kenai River Brown Bears the weekend before last for a 2-game series at the Nest, and when it was all over, they practically had to replace the nets for overuse. We'll pick things back up in the first period that Friday night. Less than 5 minutes into the game, Max Harper thrust the Runners into the lead with the help of Trevor Zenz and John DeRoche. Harper and DeRoche had their names called out a lot that evening, but we'll get to that in a moment. Just over 8 minutes later, Jeff Mikowski, assisted by Nick Granowitz and Peyton Franti, pushed the lead to 2-0. Closing out the scoring in the first to make it 3-0 was Max Harper again, assisted by John DeRoche, and Topeka had a commanding 3-0 lead heading into the second. Marcus Russell extended it to 4-0 to start out the middle frame, but the Brown Bears battled back with 2 scores midway through the period, and we were headed to the third with a 4-2 score. The Runners' defense held it from there, keeping the net safe until the 18-16 mark when Max Harper, once again aided by DeRoche, picked up his first hat trick of the season, lifting the Roadrunners to a 5-2 victory. That Saturday night, the Brown Bears brought a little more effort early on as they answered Will Schlagenhauf's game-opening power play goal with an even-strength one of their own to tie the game at 1-1 midway through the first. However, Alex Fry would put the boys back up 2-1 late in the opening period on yet another power play, this time assisted by Schlagenhauf and Marcus Russell. Schlags would strike again early in the second to make it 3-1 Runners, this time assisted by Jay Karanen. Peyton Franti pressed things to 4-1 with this nifty netter at 7:41, and then 3 minutes later, Schlagenhauf touched in his first hat trick of the season, the second for the Roadrunners in as many nights, and Topeka led 5-1. Another Kenai score would follow, but it wouldn't be enough, as Ryan Dickinson's sniper shot in the third period sealed the game at 6-2, and the Runners had their first home sweep of the season. The boys hit the road for Amarillo last weekend to take on the Bulls for another 2-game set. Everything looked good for Topeka early on as Alex Fry and Jeff Mikowski each notched a goal in the first 2 minutes of play, making it 2-0 Runners. Shortly thereafter, the wheels fell off as George Mika scored 2 power play goals and 1 even-strength one to bring the Bulls storming back to a 3-2 lead. Nigel Nelson, Peyton Franti, and Marcus Russell would add 3 goals for the Runners over the rest of the way, but it fell short of the Bulls' onslaught that tallied 2 scores in each of the final 2 periods to win the game for Amarillo 7-5. In the final game of the series, the Bulls kept finding the back of the net, posting 3 goals in the first. But the Roadrunners would not go quietly into the night as newcomer Braden Schiff and Jack DiMatteo maintained order with a pair of goals, and it was 3-2 Amarillo heading into the second. The middle frame was all Topeka as Matt Barnes and Max Harper, each assisted by Devon Fields, gave the Runners a 4-3 lead. In the third and final period, Peyton Franti put the game out of reach, scoring just 2 minutes in to make it 5-3. The Bulls narrowed the gap to 5-4, but that's where it would stay as the defense held for a victory and split the series. The big performers over these 4 games were John DeRoche and his 5 assists, Will Schlagenhauf with 3 goals and 4 assists, Jeff Mikowski, Marcus Russell, and Alex Fry with 2 goals and 2 assists apiece. Finally, Peyton Franti chiming in with 3 goals and 2 assists. The team is back at the Nest this weekend against the Amarillo Bulls again for a 2-game series starting Friday night. The big game, though, is Saturday night as we have our annual Teddy Bear Toss. And that's where each fan can bring a teddy bear to the game and throw it onto the ice after the Roadrunners score their first goal. The bears will then be collected and donated to the Topeka Rescue Mission and Helping Hands Humane Society. So make sure you're with us there Saturday night for the Roadrunners annual Teddy Bear Toss. For more information on tickets, call 785-286-7825 or visit the Expocentre box office. Earlier this week, we were able to sit down with a special guest, Roadrunners forward Will Schlagenhauf. Runner Nation, I'd like you to welcome Will Schlagenhauf to the Coach's Corner. Will, nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you're one of the newer additions to the Roadrunner family. How do you like in Topeka so far?
I like it a lot. It's a good organization and nice people all around. I like the team especially. Big fan of my billet family. They're nice people.
So, Will, how would you describe the way that you play the game? How do you approach hockey?
I'm a smaller forward. I like to make plays. I like to move the puck to my teammates. Have fun. That's my main goal, to go out there and have fun. But
is there like a professional player that you kind of like to emulate yourself after?
Yeah, Johnny Goodrow. He's a smaller forward like myself. Likes to make plays.
Now, Will, coming into the locker room sort of mid-season like you have, what has it been like to kind of bond with this new group of guys?
Yeah, it hasn't been very hard coming into the locker room. Like I could tell they were all good guys, and as time went on, we've all became a family, and it was kind of a brotherhood once you step inside the locker room.
Absolutely. Now, you got your first hat trick last weekend, like I mentioned before. It was against Kenai. When you have a night like that, are you just feeling in the zone? Is just everything popping for you, or is it just happening?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I guess everything was just clicking that night. Like every plays were happening and things were being executed. It was fun to play in a game like that, definitely.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad when you finally got the hat trick. It was just so much action going on in front of the day. I don't think anybody in the arena knew it was you that got it in there. That's one of the things that we missed out on. But that was a great night. Now, what is your number one personal goal coming into this season that you'd kind of like to reach by May?
Definitely, I don't know, to improve my game and become a better teammate. Definitely, and better on the ice. I know making smarter plays, just growing as a player and a person.
So you like goals or assists? Is there like a number you like to reach?
Not necessarily a certain number, just having fun, putting up points and winning games.
Now, where on the team, like when you're out there in space, is there like a particular guy on the team that you've been working with him for a little bit of a while now that you're just kind of in sync with, that you can always kind of expect to find with the puck?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys. I mean, maybe a couple that I could point out is like Marcus Russell. He's always fun to play with. He's always good with the puck, and he can always get open for you. And another guy, Peyton Franny, is a bigger forward. He's easy to play with.
Now, we got the big teddy bear toss coming up this Saturday night. I know a lot of guys in the locker room will be jockeying to get that first goal. Yeah. Who do you think is going to make it rain, the teddy bears?
If I had to guess, I'd say Marcus Russell.
You're gonna try to say, "Oh, it's me. It's definitely me." Come on.
I hope. I hope someone gets it.
Oh, indeed. Well, hey, really appreciate you joining us here on Coach's Corner.
Thanks for having me.
Have a great series this weekend.
Thank you.
Well, it's that time where we welcome Coach Kamrass back to the Coach's Corner. Coach, good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, no problem. Well, let's go back to that Kenai series a couple weeks back. Were you impressed by the way the defense and special teams really stepped up in that game? I think that was the most, other than the offense, the most kind of eye-popping thing about that series.
Yeah, that was a big area of emphasis for us heading into the weekend. Our special teams was an area that we needed to improve on, both PK and power play, and also defensively. We're giving up way too many shots, and we need to tighten up. And our guys did a good job that weekend of doing that.
One thing I was kind of, particularly when you're talking about the PK, is a lot of times, and it looked like when we were on the penalty kill, that we were on the power play. I mean, we just kept that puck in the offensive zone, as much as humanly possible, more than I've seen us do all season.
Yeah, puck possession is a huge part of the game. If you're able to possess the puck, that means the other team doesn't have it. So,
for sure.
It's a big part of our game is puck possession. On the PK, you don't really have the puck too often. But when you don't have the puck, you're playing defense, and you got to be able to block shots, hard-working, locate your guy, pick him up, make sure he doesn't get a scoring chance. So our guys did a good job. The PK, we were good on the road during that long stretch on the penalty kill, and we wanted to do that at home and carry over what we did on the road at home. So I feel that we did that weekend, and we had success.
Certainly. Now, let's talk about that Harper-DeRoche tandem in that first game. They looked like they were reading each other's minds, at least on a couple of the goals. It was like bing, bang, bing, bang, boom.
Yep.
Is that something that you've seen in practice, those two guys being able to kind of work together?
We made a few adjustments to each line and tried to find the best combination. And a lot of what you see and what you talk about, being able to read each other's minds, is just chemistry. And that's something that you can't see it, you can't teach it. It's just something that kind of happens between a couple guys or three guys on a line. And we feel that that weekend showed us that they had some chemistry. So, that's good to see. It's something to build off, certainly. And adding Marshall, taking him from the middle to the left on that line as well was good. We felt that helped Marshall's game and helped that line as well.
Gotcha. Now you had those 2 hat tricks in back-to-back games. How much of that is a boost to the team as a whole? I mean, everybody really takes part in those things. One guy gets the credit.
Right. Yeah, scoring a hat trick is pretty tough at this level, and I believe that was both players' first hat trick of their junior career. So that's something that's pretty special and they'll remember forever. But it's just accredited to them doing the right things and being in the right place at the right time. And the work ethic and what we try to teach the guys is, you're going to score goals and get rewarded from being good on the defensive side of the puck and making sure that you're responsible, and it all comes from good defense. It's the old saying, best offense is good defense, and it's true, and we had success because of it that weekend.
Yeah. Now, moving over to Amarillo, I'll start at the first of what's kind of a back-to-back home and home. There was a lot of offense on both sides last weekend. What was the biggest challenge in that series?
For us, it was we're short a few bodies. We had some sickness going through the team heading into the weekend, and like the way our guys competed. We didn't come out and have the strongest game Friday night. We came out really hard and then kind of sat back on our heels for the the latter part of the game. But we responded really well on Saturday night, and we were down. I think we had 10 guys up front and 6 on the back end, and 1 goalie. So it was a challenge, and our guys stepped up and did extremely well with that challenge, and just proud of the way that they responded from Friday night's loss.
Now, looking ahead to this weekend against the Bulls, do you feel like we have a better edge, kind of having seen them, this close to this series, and particularly being on home ice?
Yeah, I think being on home ice heading into break is something that's important, and we need these 4 points coming up this weekend. We're right there. We're in the playoff hunt, and right now we're in the playoff picture. And for us to stay in the playoff picture, every game is important, and we have to approach every game that we're going to win, and that we're going to take the 2 points from that game. So, our mindset this weekend is, we need to come out and battle. We need to be strong. And we need to be an efficient team and make sure that we don't give up any grade A scoring chances, or limit the grade A scoring chances that we give them up, because we know they can score. They can bury the puck when they get opportunities, so we got to limit them.
Well, Coach, as always, we have our annual teddy bear toss coming up this weekend. It's always a big night for the fans, and I know the players like to get involved into it as well. Are they really excited about this weekend?
Yeah, the teddy bear toss is something it's really big in the hockey community, and it's a good cause. Donating those teddy bears to good charities it's really important for hockey players in general. And our guys are excited about scoring that first goal, but our job is the 60 minutes and 2 points in hand on Friday night. So we got to stay focused on that, but also enjoy the teddy bear toss as well.
Excellent. Well, hey, Coach, really appreciate you joining us here on the Coach's Corner.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Real quick, wanted to wish Runner Nation a happy holidays, all the players and friends and family. I hope you guys enjoy your time, enjoy your break, and we will see you back at Landon Arena.
And we'll see you on the Coach's Corner, Episode 7. Merry Christmas, everybody.